guys and gals, this is me, MadMat201. Today, we're reviewing Transformer Battle Tactics. Now, this is my first mobile game review, and there'll be plenty more. And, well, the reason I'm reviewing this one, it's a Transformer game, and I am a Transformer fan. So, naturally, I'm probably going to play the game. And this game's a hit and a miss. Let me explain. The mechanic revolves. It's kind of like Pokemon, but if it was more random luck. In Pokemon, there is strategy, and if you find, if like there's strategy to Pokemon into this too, but there's more strategy to Pokemon because you actually got to do everything right and everything, and if you screw up, it's probably because of your mistake, and rarely of cheapness. Granted, there are ways to get really cheap and win a battle, but usually that's because you use strategy, like let's say leveled up, like not leveled, but increased your like special attack or attack or whatever, or just having really tanky Pokemon. but I'm not the best person to explain that. My friend John is, but anyways, yeah, battle tactics revolves around well, you transform into the vehicle modes, and they have special abilities, or they get the special abilities in the robot mode. It all depends on the character. This is part of an old event, which is the Beast Wars event. Right now, currently running is the Insecticon event. I think it is. I think it's called Insecticon's Hunger. And yeah, like okay, like you know how you have like the there's like on here as you can see on the screen there's like 5 numbers. It randomly selects each turn. So sometimes you might have a really crappy game, but if you have really high hitters, you're able just to take out people just like that, and it's kind of cheap, but it's like whatevs. Right now, my team's a lot stronger than what's up here. It's kind of cheap, but whatevs. Um, there isn't really anything, like, this game can be super cheap at times and just the worst, and other times it can be the best. It just really depends on those roles. This game is kind of a money grab because you gotta wait for one to get more Energon, and that's not too incredibly long. It's like 30 minutes per Energon. So you're waiting about like maybe an hour or two for 5. Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, 1 hour for 2 of them, and then another hour for 2 more, and then 30 minutes. So it's about 2 hours, 30 minutes you wait for more Energon, unless of course you recruit more characters, stuff. And right here, to get those things, you have to wait for these commercial breaks, right? And you can only do a limited time. And however, I don't use them that often, surprisingly, like a bunch. I'll just do it here and there, so I never have that case where I run out of the thing to get. But it's a money grab when it's to some of the other items you gotta get. Like, not items, but like drops. And you have to play this game a while to actually get something really good. From just the free drops, it kind of sucks that you have to pay for half this crap. And, yeah. And normally I would say, and you have to upgrade, of course. That stuff's not too bad in this game. You have to wait a certain amount of time when your team's gone, like dead. And, yeah, it kind of sucks. And in this next part, I will be talking about, yeah, I'll be talking about a bit more on the event side. So we'll be going into rankings. And, okay, depending on how good your team does, you're in this ranking area, these ranking sections. And these are what the prize infos get, what you get from being in certain levels. And it's really cheap because some of these top teams get so ridiculous to the point where you swear they're hacking or something. And yeah, it's gotten a bit better now because you have bigger leagues and stuff, and it's actually pretty easy to get at least somewhere around like 750 or lower. like 750 or higher. And if I go in the one for today, the Insecticon Hunger for this weekend, my team is about in the 750 in the 550s, so we're pretty good. Doing pretty good on there. And yeah, the event characters are extremely cheap, so if you happen to run into them and you have you're like really new, you're pretty much screwed. Some of the exclusive characters are pretty cheap too, but generally they're pretty cheap. Yeah. The event cores, it just depends. Sometimes you get them really quickly. Other times it takes like 6 million years to get one. It just really depends on luck. This game's just nothing but luck. Expect a lot of frustration, a lot, with things not going your way, and instead favoring the other player, or favoring you way too much. Then when it favors you way too much and you know you're gonna win it each time, it kind of like gets boring. But then all of a sudden it'll go crashing on you and get frustrating because you're losing too much. There's never like a perfect balance or anything. And it really sucks because I really want to really like this game and say, oh yeah, it's an 8 out of 10. But no, this game just fails on its face. Well, not completely on its face. It almost falls. It's like someone almost falling but then recovering. But it's not like a good recovery because the hands are scraping, bleeding. If you catch what I'm saying. Or the knees are bleeding or whatever. But you get what I'm saying. It's just, oh my god. It's just another example of a game gone wrong because of freaking microtransactions. And if you got actual moves and stuff to use instead of like this choosy number system, I think it would have worked a lot better. But, whatevs. The graphics themselves, don't look too bad. In fact, the characters look quite great, and they're pretty accurate to the figurines. They mainly offer the Generations, Universe, and Classic Transformers figures. And, yeah. And sometimes offer the Masterpiece stuff. And, yeah. And some of the club stuff, too. Which is very, it's nice that they use that stuff to do it. And it's kind of in a chibi form because their heads are kind of kind of big. It's kind of funny looking, but, you know, it's like, what is? It's just, it's style. And, yeah. Leveling up in this game is really weird. Cause I've gotten deranked multiple times on here when I just barely leveled up, and that is very cheap. Like, very, very cheap. And, yeah, you see over here, that's like, who would pay $100 for gold coins? Who? Who in the right mind would? Like, damn. It's just like, no. Just no. And then the combiners are really overpowered, and the ones that they have right now, the ones that I just showed you not too long ago, and Bruticus, and he's the cheapest of them all. It's just, Then you got these different tiers, and as of this one, I think I'm a warrior. This is Ricky 5 in here, and I'm a guard 3, as of right now. And on there it says Ricky 5, because this is an older video. I recorded this a while back. And yeah, just barely got the footage up on my computer, so yeah. And then, if for whatever reason it stops there, even though the levels continue upwards. If you guys like mobile games that are kind of like this, very repetitive, go for it. I mean, if you're a Transformers fan, go for it, but expect to be really mad. I rate this game as 6. 5. It's okay, average. This is me, Mab201. I'll see you later.